Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the second episode of the Dragons Den podcast. Our second episode so far, our first one featuring two of the NAB League boys. If you've missed our first episode, just released last week, first guest was Zoe Barbakos, so make sure to check that out if you haven't. We're gonna introduce you to the two boys today. The first one, Luca Macnab, will go over your averages so far for the first four games. 17.8 disposals average, 2.3 marks, 3.5 inside 50s and 10.8 kicks. Luca, welcome to the show. Tell me how you are. How's the start of your season been so far?
Yeah, thanks, Nathan. I'm good, thank you. Start of the season's been pretty good. Starting on a different position as usual to last year, more on a wing this year, which was really fun, to be honest. On a wing, get to go up a bit higher on the ground, and I've enjoyed starting there.
Pass over to my co-host Dylan Bolch to introduce Hugo.
Thanks, Nath. Our other guest today is Hugo Hall-Kahan, who's been awesome to start the year, averaging 12 disposals, 8.3 kicks, 4 marks, 2 tackles, and I guess the most impressive one is 2.75 goals a game. Hugo, how are you?
Good, thank you. Thanks for having me.
Perfect.
We'll ask you two about your careers so far, your juniors, where you started, where your love of footy came from. We'll start with you, Luca, and Hugo, you answer straight after. Tell us where that love of footy started. Where'd you start your juniors, and how'd you ultimately make your way into the Dragons program and want to aspire to get to the AFL level?
Yeah, so I started at Hampton Rovers, and I did that all the way through juniors. So I think it was under 7s, under 8s, under 9s. And then I actually took 2 years off footy, played some soccer, and then I went back to football from moving schools, and all my friends were playing footy as well. And then I went to East Sandy, where I also played with Hugo for a little bit, and then played some pretty competitive football as a team there. And then I think it was year 10 year, all the boys kind of left East Sandy, and I actually moved to East Brighton, where I was lucky enough to win a premiership there in under 16s, which was pretty cool. So that's where I kind of played my juniors.
Dragons, when did that experience come about, and how have you enjoyed it so far?
Yeah, so I think it was at the end of year 9. I did we got invited to the under 16s preseason type of thing, and that was pretty cool. And we did that, and I was lucky enough to make the 16s team. The under 16s team when I was in year 10, and that was really good. I ended up playing with some pretty handy footballers that are now in the AFL, and we ended up playing some pretty good football. And I think 10 boys made Metro that year, and now I don't know how many are in the AFL. So that was where Dragon started, and then I kind of moved into being a bottom major in the COVID year, so 2020, where it was kind of just a preseason, then it got shut down. So that was kind of it for that year. And then obviously last year I was lucky enough to play, I think it was 6 games when I didn't have school footy on, and lucky enough to play round 1, which was pretty sick in front of that crowd against Oakley. So I played all then whenever school was on, and then lucky enough again to make the team this year. And like I said before, playing a different position with a different group of boys, which is really cool.
HK, over to you. Where'd your love of footy begin? And tell us about your juniors and Dragons experience so far.
Yeah, so I got a little bit of a different story, I guess. I was juniors for the Sandy Zebras, like Luca, all the way through so I did year under 9s twice, and then 10, 11, 12, and then once under 12 hit, I had a knee injury, which pretty much went on for 4 years straight, where I was out of the game. So I didn't play for 4 years, just with a knee injury that was keeping me out of the game. And it was just one of those ones where I needed to grow, and I was a bit of a late grower, so didn't really hit puberty, I guess, till the late year 9. So that was then when I grew, and then my knee went away. So then was starting year 10, was looking to play footy, and then did 2 stress fractures either side of my spine. So that took me out of the whole year 10 year. And then, so that's, 5 years. And then year 11 was COVID. So I pretty much just went straight into the year 12 year after not playing for 6 years. So, it was just at Haileybury at school. And then I think halfway through the pre-season, I got a text from Jacko. It's pretty much saying, I can come down for a couple of sessions and pretty much just try out. And I ended up making the list, which was pretty good.
Just to butt in there if I can, no. HK, you said you had a few injuries. How was that as like a young kid when, I guess as a young bloke, you probably just want to be out there playing sport? What was that sort of like for your mindset?
Yeah, definitely. It was obviously really frustrating with the knee. The knee probably was obviously the most frustrating one, being out for 4 years, but there was really no rehab I could really do. It was just kind of wait for it to grow out, I guess. So that was probably the most frustrating thing, was I really wasn't doing much. I was just sitting on the couch and watching my mates play footy. That was about it, because I couldn't really do much. There was no real rehab I could do. Whereas with the back injury, I had a little bit more rehab to do, so that kept me a bit occupied, which was good. But it was definitely tough, just seeing all your mates out there playing footy, and you always just being on the sidelines was definitely tough. But I wouldn't change a thing, that's for sure.
Yeah, nice one. So new season, obviously this year we're a month in now, and a new coach as well. Jacko Kornberg was the man last year, and it's now Cripper. How have you seen that change?
You go first?
Yeah, I'll go. No, it's good. Both coaches are really good. Jacko obviously got a really good opportunity down at Gold Coast, so just stoked for him. But Cripper's really good. A bit more independent, I guess. Lets us kind of do our thing, which is good. But they were both really good. And Cripper's come in and fitted right in. He's been really awesome. Got some wins on the board for us, which is good.
Yeah, I have to agree with him. Jacko, I was coached by him by probably like 4 years, I think it was. So I ended up being pretty close with him, and he helped me all through my juniors to be pretty much the player I am at the moment. So I'm very grateful to him. And like Hugo said, he got a really good opportunity at Gold Coast, which is pretty cool to be in an AFL environment. So credit to him. And then, Cripper's been awesome. Super easy, personable, easy to talk to if you're having a problem or you just want to improve. And he's always there for a joke as well. So he always gets the boys up and about, which is fun.
Has he given either of you a spray yet?
Not really a spray. He dragged me because I tried to kick one from like 55 and went out in the full. So he dragged me after that, but that was about it. Yeah.
Not to my face, probably behind my back.
One in the coach's box where he just blows it. Blows up.
Well, let's move on to our first 4 rounds. Go over it for the audience. We've had 4 games, 3 wins and 1 loss, and I thought we'd go through it round by round, talk about each game, and sort of dissect a couple talking points from each. So we started round 1 against Oakland. It was probably the opposite from 2021, where you played in front of that big crowd. It was quite the opposite, really, in terms of weather, terrible weather, and wasn't what we were hoping for, going down by 18 points. And I guess we started poorly, and we came back, and then Oakley sort of came back in that second half and put the game away. What were your thoughts from it? What do you remember? I mean, I know it's a couple of weeks ago now, but what was the mindset going into that game? What did you want to come out of it with, and what was post-game? How did you feel about it?
Yeah, I think definitely during the week, the boys were getting pretty pumped about the crowd that was going to happen, which actually didn't happen, which was pretty funny. But like a mindset probably for the team. Well, personally, it was kind of just going in, just get the dub. It was like try play as much team footy as possible. But I feel like on the day we were probably collectively too focused on ourselves in a way. But we learnt from it, and we've gone 3-0 since then. So good learning experience.
Well, actually, I mean, that was as well as the first game for Cripper. His first game as a leadership group. Luca, you're a part of that leadership group. Was there any, is a different mindset for you going into that game, leading that team into it?
What are you talking about for round 1?
Yeah, just before round one, as part of that leadership group, was there a different mentality from your perspective leading the team out?
Last year.
Just in this year, even from last year?
It was probably, for me, I reckon just getting around everyone, making sure they're like comfortable about going into the week and making sure that like they're not too nervous, and if they are, like pretend they're good nerves and get them excited for the game. And I kind of just like a couple of boys were asking about me about last year's experience of playing round one, and I was just giving a little advice, and like it's actually just another game and then it ended up having nowhere near the crowd, so there was no added pressure. So yeah, the prep was pretty normal, but it was more just trying to get around some kids that had never played Dragons or had never played round one, and like a certain type of crowd, and it's such a big game where everyone gets caught up on the recruiters and who's watching and what's going on in the background. But yeah, it was just kind of making everyone comfortable.
Well, I guess I'll stick with you, Luca. You had quite a big impact in this game, and HK you obviously did a lot in the next coming rounds, but you were featured in the best that round, Luca. Tell me what it was like playing against opponents like George Wardlaw and Elijah Sardis. You might have played against them before, but what was that like coming up against quite high quality players?
Yeah, so I played against Elijah, Wesley, pretty sure, and George didn't play for St Kevin's when we played him. They're obviously pretty handy footballers. George, especially that day, was pretty insane. Where he was pretty unstoppable in the midfield. And Elijah racked it up, and he's racked it up for the last couple of weeks as well. So it shows that he's pretty handy footballer. But yeah, it's always I always love playing against the best to make sure that you competing with the best makes you better as a player, even if it's just marginally. You can learn a couple of things off them. I remember last year, like people like Josh Dacos and Ward, all them type of players, you like pick up little things where they do, and it'd be pretty special. But yeah, no, it's a privilege to play against players like that.
And before we move into round two, post game, what was the talk around the change rooms? We quite disappointed with the way you started. What was the mentality moving into the next week?
Yeah, it was definitely on Monday recovery. We were a little down, but I felt like the boys you have to move on. You can't just like keep dwelling on losses, because then the next week you'll just be probably even worse. So review was solid. We got through all that pretty quickly, and we moved on to Calder very quickly, which was good because we ended up playing very well against them.
Yeah, so on round two, we did beat Calder by, it was 40-odd points, I think, in the end, 43. Hugo, you kicked 5. What was different from the Oakley game to that Calder game? Did the approach change for the team at all?
Yeah, I guess there was a big focus around our defenders just to kind of have that fight to the death mentality instead of trying to, I think with the first game against Oakley, we were just trying to chase kicks and all that type of stuff. And we're just, real team orientated this week, that week, against Calder. And I think it came to the forefront, and we got some good team footy in, which was good. It was a good experience.
And yourself, obviously, you kicked 5 that game. Didn't kick a goal round 1, but the practice match before that, you were pretty handy as well. How have you seen your start to the season?
Yeah, it's been good. Obviously, it's playing in a different position to last year. Playing as a deep forward, it's really good. Yeah, get the opportunities on goal. It was. It's good. A lot of learnings take out of it in the game as well. Just learning how to get your forward craft a bit better. But no, it's good to get on the end of fuel as always. It's been a good start. Enjoying it.
Yeah. So where did you play most of your footy last year then, if it wasn't deep forward?
It was wing and then a bit of high half forward. Mostly wing. Playing deep forward, I'm enjoying it a lot better. It's good fun. It's good fun down there.
How have you found, as a whole, our forward lines? There's no real giants, really. How have you found that dynamic being, I guess, one of the targets going into the forward half?
Yeah, no, I think it's really good, and credit to Cripper as well, who's made that forward line really, I guess, versatile. And basically, what we try to do is every time if we bring it to ground, we're just trying to be manic and create havoc down there as much as we can, because we are trying to be a real high pressure forward line, because we are probably a lot quicker than some of the defenders, because probably some defenders are looking for a tall big forward where we don't have that. So we're just trying to use our strengths, which is probably our versatility and our speed and stuff like that, to try and get goals on the board and hit the scoreboard through that way, which is been working. So it's good.
Yeah, beauty. And if so, you're one out in the square. There's a leading lane for you. Which midfielder do you want kicking the ball?
Luca's pretty handy. He's pretty handy. Ashy's always handy. Them two are very good distributors. But I've been lucky to get on the field end of their kicks a couple of times, which is nice.
Yeah, cool. So round 3 then was against the Giants Academy, which we also won that game, but it felt as though you guys might think differently, but you didn't really hit your straps at any point in that game. It felt like we were always in front, but we didn't quite put them away. How did you boys see that round?
Yeah, it was quite a weird game where like we were always in front, but we never gained like momentum or anything like that. It was pretty weird. We went through stages where we had some good footy, like playing like our type of brand where we wanted. But especially in that last quarter when we knew that we were probably going to win, but they were just always there. So it was a really weird game in the sense of like we never had it in the bag, but we were always in front. It was kind of a weird one. Yeah. That's what I thought.
Hugo, any thoughts on that game?
It was definitely one of the weirdest games I've played. It was kind of real back and forth football. We kind of tried to get some momentum, but we just couldn't. They just kept coming back. They were pretty physical, but I think I just think we weren't really up to taking over their brand of football. We just couldn't match them, and it was a weird one, but it was good to get the win though.
Credit to them as well. Like they were much better than we thought they were going to be. We probably went into that game a bit too confident coming off Calder, and thinking that they're an interstate team, they're probably not going to be that good. And I think they lost to Calder, but credit to them, they were a really, really tough team. Put up pretty sore.
Yeah, what's it like playing those academy boys who obviously Sydney have an academy as well that we haven't played yet, but is it different compared to playing the other Victorian NAB League sides?
Yeah, they're very. I find academy teams are very well structured. They use a lot of game plan and stuff like that. It's less kind of instinctive footy. They're really well structured behind the ball and stuff like that. And at stoppages, I find they're really well structured. They obviously go through a lot of game plan, and they get a lot of game plan from their AFL clubs. So they're really well structured, I find.
Yeah, and they're really tough. They're hard for the ball. Yeah, that's what I thought.
Well, Giants Academy, they did have quite a tough 4-week period here. I think every game they played in, it was under 10 points, and they just won their final game. I can't remember who it was against. So fair credit to them, because usually the academy teams don't have much of a chance when they come over to Victoria. Speaking of another interstate team, we move on to round 4 against Tasmania, who, I mean, I didn't expect that result to go the way it was, and it was quite a big victory in the end. I think 70-odd points. How did you guys feel about that game? Because I guess the talk going into it was their physicality. They're much bigger sort of country-like football players. So what was the talk going into that game, and what were you expecting before you went on the ground?
Yeah, so I think reviewing them before the game, they were physical, but they were also really quick. They liked to move the ball whenever they could by hand. Every time we looked at their plays, it was always they were trying to feed out the back with a handball and get speed on the ball. They were really looking to get the ball forward and surge it forward and really quick. So we were being really mindful of that. But we were also, that is kind of how we play. So we were kind of just, our mindset going into the game was we've just got to beat them at their game and be better at our game, which is pretty much what happened, because we definitely weren't expecting that. That's for sure.
Well, you guys know better than we would. I feel like from what we've seen, there's quite a bit of team chemistry forming. Luca, what are your thoughts? Because you guys are there pretty much nearly every day a week. So what's the feeling like after 4 games where you've become more accustomed to the way each other plays?
Yeah, it's pretty strong. Like there's definitely there's some friendships that like wouldn't have formed if there was never if we were never playing together. It's pretty strong. I'm pretty sure we have there'd be a group of 10 boys where they all just jokes flying everywhere, even at the staff, like the coaches and everything. We're pretty strong team. I'm trying to find the word, but yeah, we have a really good culture at the moment where everyone's kind of on the same page on what we're trying to achieve. Like everyone there is trying to get drafted, but very close second or even first, probably for me, would be team success, and getting a premiership at NAB League would be so sick. And I wasn't lucky. Well, no one was lucky enough to play finals last year because of the COVID and that unfortunate time. But to have this year where we could do some damage in the final series is pretty good. So we've got to keep up that morale around the group.
And last question of our round 1 to 4 review. I think it's pretty necessary to bring up Charlie Clark and Harry Sheasel running absolute riot in that game. Charlie Clark is quite the character. Tell me about his personality inside the changing rooms, because even what we saw with the GoPro footage, and if you haven't seen that, check out our socials where Charlie Clark got the GoPro after the game for the team song. Tell us about Charlie Clark. What is he like as a person? And look, he loves the goals. Tell us about him.
Yeah, you can definitely hear him. You'll know where he is around the club, definitely. He's one of those ones where he's a character. That's probably the best way to describe him. But he always means well, Charlie. That's the first thing. He just means well, but he just loves playing with his mates, loves playing with a group of good people as well that love having a joke with him as well. But yeah, no, he loves it at the moment. But no, it's good. It's good seeing someone like that get amongst it, because it's pretty funny to see what they do after.
And on Shees, Luca, well, Shees has had quite a good impact so far. He's our top goal kicker. What's Shees like around the change rooms?
Yeah, he's one that's really easy to approach. He's a great lad. He's a very funny guy, and he's taught me a bit of words in Hebrew, which is pretty cool because he can speak that. Obviously because he's Jewish, but he's a ripper. He's always one that's going around the jokes, and he's always in the goss about everything. But obviously he can seriously play football, and he knows that, and a lot of people do. So he's always getting around people where, personally, he'd always be coming up to me and asking about my game and making sure that, getting around when I do something good in the game or something, for example. But yeah, he's awesome in the change rooms, and he's really easy to have a joke with, like Charlie. But Charlie's he's full on with that stuff, with the jokes. It's just funny.
She's probably the best teammate to have. He's so humble, and he's ridiculous. Just how easy he is to talk to, but he'll put you first every single time, and he's so humble, and he's just he's one of the best teammates that I've ever played with. You
wouldn't know that he probably could go top 5, top 10, whatever. You wouldn't know, because honestly, if he was he's so humble, it's crazy. He's great like that. It's unreal.
We're gonna have to investigate the fact that he can speak Hebrew as well, Nate. That's pretty awesome, I reckon. Not many people
sick
can.
as.
Yeah.
I was shocked that he could do it, and it was proper. He's pretty fluent. Shalom.
Yeah. So since the NAB League sort of wrapped up for the next couple of weeks, a few boys have gone on to play VFL. So Will Ashcroft played for Brisbane on the weekend against Sydney, 21 disposals, 5 marks, 6 tackles, and Lockie Benson played for the Giants against the Northern Bullants. He kicked a goal and had 18 possessions, 5 tackles. They both played pretty well. I don't know if you guys watched any of that. I'm going to suspect not. Did either of you?
No, I didn't.
No, yeah, that's all right. The other, I guess, good news to come out of the first month is Hugo, you've been picked for the Colgate Young Guns game this weekend. How did that opportunity come about?
Yeah, it's good. Obviously, being an overager, there's a chance to be selected for that Young Guns game, which was real humbling experience. It was really good to get acknowledged, I guess, from recruiters. That was pretty cool. But no, it should be a good game. I'm really looking forward to it.
Yeah, awesome. So how did you find out about that? Did Wheels tell you, or someone from Sandy tell you, or did a recruiter call you? How did that sort of practically pan out?
I think it was Wheels and Cripper. It was actually Wheels first. Emailed me, and Max as well, Ramson, who made it as well. He emailed us, and basically, it's just a letter saying congratulations, and just gives you all the details around it. But yeah, I was at work with Luca when I found out, so I didn't really know. My dad showed me; he got the email, so yeah, I didn't really know.
Yes, yeah, awesome. Speaking of, like, given you're both trying to get as far as you can with footy, how important is it to actually be on your phone and have that ready? I know I've heard stories of blokes getting recruited and not knowing because they haven't picked up the phone. Is your phone always with you? Is it something that is sort of like a third arm?
Yeah, I try to have my phone on me as much as I can, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, mine.
Same?
Yeah, same, but more for Snapchat and all that type of stuff.
Very good. Well done, Hugo. Looking forward to watching you on Sunday, and Max as well. That should be good and a great reward for a good first month of footy.
Thank you.
Hey, well, look, on the topic of social media, we thought earlier in the week, let's go to the followers, put a thing out saying, look, if you got questions for these two boys, send them through. And, we'll be honest, they were a lot of questions from your teammates and a couple of your mates. So let's go through them. I think we've got about 8 questions here. First one's from Marcus Windhager. Just got drafted to St Kilda last year. And he asked, Hugo brackets, Egg Malessi Smith. How are you going, HK? That's what he asked you.
No, I'm good. I'm going well. I think he prides his game off Egg Malessi Smith, so plays a bit like him as well, Marcus. So he's I keep in touch with Marcus a bit. So I'm going well. I'm pretty sure he could have just asked me that himself, but yeah.
What have you thought about his start so far, or his first couple of games at the Saints?
Yeah, no, it's obviously been unreal. Having a best mate that's in the industry is pretty awesome. But to see, as a third round pick, you don't really get many opportunities, and he's gone straight in there. He's played 3 games or 4, it's just awesome to see him doing so well. I told a lot of people that he'd be doing this. I always knew that he would do this. He's just a superstar. It's good to see him playing so well on the big stage, and competing as well against those big bodies, getting midfield time and doing his own work as well in there is pretty good.
Luca, is there anyone that you played with from the crew that have been drafted from the Dragons in the last couple of years that you still keep in contact with, or not really?
Yeah, Marcus is one of them. So I keep in contact with him. Unfortunately, Max Heath, I keep in contact with that kid. So he's one of them. Dante Visentini, I've known him for forever because his dad is my dad's best mate. So we're very close family friends. So whenever I see him, I always have a chat, obviously. But he's obviously in Adelaide at the moment. And then whenever I see any of the other boys that have been picked up, I'll chat to them. That's kind of at the moment. That's it.
Yeah, perfect. All right, so the second one is from Justin Crock. Does Luca enjoy Guzmani Gomez?
That's so out of pocket. Yeah, it's all right.
Yeah, it's all right.
No, all right. What's your go-to then? What's your go-to if you go there?
Oh, Jesus Christ. I like the one with there's like rice and you can get beans and then there's like corn chips as well. But Justin Croc, I don't know what, so out of pocket.
No, hey, look, you can get anything. You can get anything from this. Josh Worrell asks, current current Adelaide Crows player. This is a question to both of you. Who's your favourite Crom player?
Not Josh Worrell. Not him. Not him. He's not my favourite. My favourite Crom player. Oh, who would my favourite Crom player be? Rochelle's going pretty well. He's pretty good to watch. He's obviously going to be a superstar. Pretty exciting.
Mine would have to be Nank, even though he hasn't played. Be Nank, just because that's the only Adelaide player I know.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Get around Nag.
Yeah.
All right. The next one is from Archie Roberts, and he asks, "Is Archie Roberts a good guy?"
No, he's not.
No. Worst bloke. Worst bloke.
What can you tell us about Archie? He started the season pretty well as well. What can you tell us about him?
Like he's like that little mosquito that you can't get away. He's just always there.
White noise.
He's a pest.
Yeah, he's good fun, but yeah, he's just like a little kid that's around the group. He's pretty funny. He loves a gag, but he's that little mosquito.
He's playing good footy though as well.
Yeah, he's a gun.
Yeah. He loves a cheap handball as well, running around the outside getting the. Probably leads in well to the next one as well. No.
Yeah, well, look, Luke Cleary, another former Dragon that's gone on to the Bulldogs, and look, he's asked, does Luca still hog the kickouts?
Yes. No, I don't, because I'm not the best one, and no, I do not. And Luke Cleary's still salty from last year because I got told to take kickouts and he didn't, so that's why he's having to dig at me. But
I've actually seen Luca run all the way from the wing.
That's not true.
I've never seen him run this quick in my life to go to the goal square and take the kick out and shove through players out of the way to not take
that is not true.
That's what I've seen. That is what I've seen on the field.
So what you're telling me, Hugo, is Luca's stat line of, what was it, 17.8 disposals is what, probably 12, given he gets a few cheekies from kickouts. It really don't count.
Correct.
That is not true. I've taken one kick out this year and I was rotating half back then. So that is completely unfair.
Who is on the kickouts? Is it Jimmy Crichton on the kickouts?
Archie Roberts. That's where Robbo gets his kicks.
Oh, that's where Robbo gets his stat pad. Yeah, nice.
He always plays on as well.
Next one is from Brady McCallum. What sort of diets are you both on?
I'm not the largest unit, so I'm not. Yeah, I'm just trying to eat as much as I possibly can. Good food, of course. But yeah, no, a lot of meats and stuff like that. I'm just trying to overeat at my dinners and stuff like that as well if I can. Just trying to bulk up as much as I possibly can because it's obviously there's a lot of big bodies at that next level. So yeah, I'm just trying to put on as much size as I can. Bit of protein shakes as well here and there if I can. But I'm trying my best.
Considering Mum's Italian, it's a lot of pasta. So that's very often. But yeah, I kind of just eat whatever's put in front of me from Mum. So whatever that is, I'm lucky enough to get her dinner. But yeah, I try to keep as healthy as possible.
Yeah, perfect. What's your pre-game meal, like the night before a match? What do you guys tuck into?
Pasta, always.
Yeah, always. Get the carbs up.
Yeah. And a cheap meal?
Mine would have to be a jam donut.
Yeah.
Jam donut.
I reckon an HSP for sure.
Oh,
Has
yeah.
to
Yeah,
It has to be.
that's a good shout, I reckon.
Yeah.
On to our last. Look, this is half a question, half a story. Now, Luca, this story won't be as funny now purely because what you've told us before. But the question is what is Luca's fear of the handbrake? Now, this was all to do with you failing your driving test. But tell us about, you've redeemed yourself, haven't you? Tell us about it.
Yeah, so yesterday I was lucky enough to pass my driver's test, which I was pretty pumped about. I actually drove Hugo to training today.
That time?
I'm probably due for a couple of them. Yeah, who asked that question?
I didn't put it down, unfortunately. I just purely because the question wasn't going to be as funny. So
Luke is out for blood. He's going to find whoever it was.
That's so unfair. It was it's such a it's not fair to fail on. So anyone that's wondering, I didn't fail straight away. I passed the first test where I did the 3-point turn. I was fine, and then they asked me to pull over, and then when she said, "Yeah, you can continue," I went with the handbrake on, and yeah, she told me to pull over. So that was the end of the driving test part 1.
You redeem yourself, so
yeah,
it doesn't matter. I'm fairly confident it was a teammate that put that question in, but I'll forget that further.
Yeah,
but
I agree.
Were you more nervous, Luca, going back to your second one, or you're running out in the footy field?
Oh, nah, I was so nervous for yesterday. If I failed, I got a couple text messages during the week where I was just pretty much saying that if I failed, I was going to get abused for the rest of my life. So I just couldn't fail at all. And I feel like if I failed, I would have just told people I passed. But that would have been very embarrassing.
Yeah, I'm surprised so many people knew. When I went for my license, I didn't tell anyone. I booked it in and I was not telling a soul, because if I did stuff it up, then last thing I wanted was every man and his dog going, "Oh, you're a muppet." But good stuff. And Hugo, I suspect you said you got your license.
Yeah. Mine last year in October. So I couldn't go straight away. My birthday was in September, but I couldn't go straight away just because times were booked. So had to wait. Had to wait a little while, but I got it straight away.
Perfect. No funny stories then, I'm guessing.
No, I should have failed 100%. I actually did fail, but I was doing it in Carlton, to be fair, which is apparently the hardest place in Australia. So, but I was getting through all right. I actually had a pretty decent drive, and then was doing a head check to try and get in the other lane, and this tram came across, and it was kind of half stopping for me. I didn't really know what it was doing. But as I was head checking, I was just kind of started veering into a parked car, and got this close to a parked car, and my instructor actually hit my wheel, which is an automatic fail, and he actually touched my wheel, and then I was like, "You're beauty, I've failed here," and then was inside just waiting for the fail, and he's like, "Congrats, you've passed." I'm like, "Cheers, sweet."
Who's the? I guess this is for both of you. Who is the worst driver at the Dragons? Who goes, "I'll give you a lift," and you go, "Oh, don't know about that."
Charlie Clark, 100%.
Yeah.
Wouldn't get in the car with him.
No, he just got a Merc as well, and there's no way that goes too quick for him. So, there's no way.
Yeah, beauty.
Luca, do you want to explain how you get into the car as well today? That was a bit interesting.
So one of our cars, so Mum and Dad, we have 2 cars at home, and one of the cars, none of the doors open unless you open from the inside. So I had to open the boot and climb through to get into the car. Yeah,
that is gold.
Oh, that's gold. That's good stuff. All right, now on to our second last bit of the podcast, our sort of a second big segment. We're going to do a bit of trivia with you boys. We've both got something in front of you to answer questions with, and for those listening on audio, we will verbalise as much as we can answer-wise. So we've got 7 questions in front of us, general knowledge. we think you should know, 5 or 7 of these comfortably. 5 out of 7 of these comfortably. So I'll start you off. You both
So
ready
wait,
to
we're
go?
just writing this in our phone.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
write it down, and we'll give you, we'll give you the amount of time we think's
All right.
pretty good. But I've got 7 questions, so I'll start with the first one. Which 2 teams played in the 2007 Grand Final, AFL Grand Final?
Oh.
We'll give you about 20 seconds to write down.
Don't look it up. Don't look it up.
Mate, don't look it
Yeah,
up.
don't look it up.
Actually, I
Oh,
won't. I won't.
I don't know.
Quite a while ago now, 15 years ago.
2007.
The context 2005 and 2006 was the Sydney West Coast Games. So this is the
Yeah,
sort of
yeah,
time
yeah.
we're talking about.
But it's not.
It was a rubbish game as well.
It was a terrible
Yeah,
grand
yeah.
final.
I got it then. I've got it then, I reckon.
Oh, what? No, I'm nowhere. Yeah, all right, I'll put it down.
But, you got both 2 teams down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, show us your answers, boys.
I did Geelong versus West Coast.
Luca?
All close. Luca?
I did Geelong Port.
So Luca is right. He's got the point on that one. It
Hang
was
on.
Geelong Port Adelaide, and we'll give you a bonus point, Luca, because he got it right. What was the margin of that game?
Oh. Is it just closest to? Or
No, I want an exact margin. What was the score? Oh, the margin.
I'm just going to go random. 117.
You were very close. It was 119 points.
Oh!
It's 119 points, that grand final. It was not a day to remember for Port Adelaide fans. It's a good guess. It was a very good guess.
That's elite.
Fair play. Over to Dill.
All right, question number 2. Oklahoma City Thunder acquired which Australian basketballer over the last off-season? Bonus point if you can tell me his number.
Josh Giddey, number 3.
Bang.
You're not going to give me a chance? Everyone knew.
Did you have, look, what did you have, Luca?
I had Josh Giddey, number 3.
I'll say easy. So both of you got the 2 points on that one. Pretty easy one. Next one. What year did The Simpsons air? What was the first year The Simpsons aired on TV?
There's no way I would have got this.
Now, look, this is a quite difficult one. This is throw an answer out there. And I think it's been quite a lot of seasons.
I've gone random.
We'll wait till have you both tell us when you're locked in an answer, just so you don't say it out loud.
Yeah, all right. You
Locked
go
in?
first, Luca.
All right, Luca.
1998.
That is incorrect. You go.
Wait, I think it's way before that, was it? Oh,
Hey, mate, tell us your answer.
1975 I went.
You were basically both like, it was right in the middle of your two answers. It was 1987.
Oh.
It's been going for quite a long time now.
Yeah,
Quite
it's
a
a
long
long
time.
time. Thought.
It is a long time. Back to you, Dill.
All right, next one is who has the most followers on TikTok? So this is like in the whole of TikTok, so it's a celebrity. And bonus point if you can tell me how many followers.
This is right now. Like, this was as of today. For context, it's the 5th of May right now.
Oh, just like just that one person.
Yeah,
Yeah.
who's got the most followers? Yeah.
I think it's out of 2 people.
Whilst you're thinking, who of the Dragons crew is like the most active on TikTok?
Oh, Ned Crow does a couple of TikToks, which is
Yeah.
he loves a couple. Which is it's his own thing, but yeah, he loves a couple of TikToks. Who else? Oh, there's one person, Turkish Prince.
Oh, the Turkish Prince.
He's the king of TikTok.
That's
Aiden.
Aiden Riley's.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's the king of TikTok.
Oh,
Number
who have you
one in
gone,
the
Luke?
world. Pardon?
You go.
Well, tell us
I
when
think-
have you locked in your answers.
No, I haven't locked
Yeah,
it.
Or just wait till Luke has. We'll give you
Who's
20
trending?
more seconds.
Who's trending? Just trying to think.
No. Wait, I'm changing.
Oh.
Far out. Who's?
Yeah, I've changed.
Oh, I've gone Charlie D'Amelio.
Yeah, same. I changed
That is
last.
correct. All right,
Yeah.
so
I changed last second. I was at Addison
Yeah.
Ray and then changed last second.
Clutch.
bonus
Oh,
point.
We'll
How many
say
followers does she have? Lock in your
100.
answer first.
Does it have to be point something or just the
No, I've rounded it. I've rounded it for this one.
107 mil?
No,
110 mil.
140. 140.2 to be exact. It's not a lot, but she's getting there. Yeah. All right, on to question number 5. In Star Wars, what is the name of the gold robot?
Too easy.
Is it bad that I've never watched Star Wars?
Neither.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm
Yes,
the
that
same.
is so.
Harry
Look, I
Potter,
haven't watched it either, but this is a question
Harry
sort
Potter
of.
is 20 times better.
I can agree.
Yeah,
with
I would
that.
agree with that for sure.
Don't
Hey, Kat?
disrespect Star Wars. Don't
Harry
disrespect
Potter is
it.
20 times better.
Don't disrespect it.
I'd put down Josh Worrell.
Josh Worrell. That's incorrect, Luca.
C3PO.
That is correct.
Okay, so question number 6 is, who did Ash Barty defeat in the Australian Open final this year?
Hugo, do you have an answer?
No, I know she's American. That's all I know. I'm pretty.
So
Did it start with
two. I know
Her
two
last one.
American. I know two American tennis players. Serena Williams, but it can't, obviously not her. So is it Daniel Collins?
Oh!
that is.
You have not just looked that up. You have
Crazy.
nah, that is rubbish. That is
Uh,
rubbish. That is absolute rubbish.
Oh,
I said I knew only two, and it
Nah,
was Serena Williams, but she's obviously retired.
No. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. That is rubbish. It's rubbish.
yeah, that one doesn't count for context. Hugo's stream dropped out, and Luca then Googled it, so we won't play that one.
Rubbish stuff.
Question. Oh, this one's you, Nate. Question 7.
Yeah, we'll move to question 7, and look, I'll add an extra question at the end to make up for it. But in 2019, Childish Gambino won a Grammy for Song of the Year. What was that winning song?
Oh,
And we'll give you
I've got it.
15 seconds. Tell us when you're locked in.
Yeah, I'm locked in.
I can sing it for you. Does that count?
I'll give you
Song title.
a bonus point if you sing it as well.
No. I've locked it in.
Hang on, let me think.
Oh.
What are the odds that Luca's Googling this one as well?
Yeah, that
No.
that's horrid.
I'm not. Well, I know how it goes, but I don't know the name.
Wait, do I say mine?
Wait,
Yeah.
I'll say it first. This is America.
Yeah.
That is correct.
Yeah.
You're both all right. You both got the point for that.
Am I winning?
I will tell you the scores at the end.
Oh, okay.
But Dill, ask one of those two last questions in front of you.
Let's go with, what was the crowd of this year's Anzac Day game?
Well, I was there.
Luca,
I
you're a
know.
big Pies man. You should.
That's not fair. That's not fair.
Hey, look, this is quite hard to pinpoint, and I couldn't tell you. Like, I've got the
Does it have
answer.
to be? Does it have to be the exact?
Nah, close.
You know what? If
to
you round nearest 100, what do you reckon? Is that a nearest 100?
I reckon I've got the first 3 numbers.
Nate, do you know the answer to this? Because I have no idea.
I do have it in front of me. Yes, I've got it in front of me.
You go first, and don't cheat.
No, I'm not. 91,000.
Yeah, that's incorrect, mate. 84,495.
It was 84,000, but it was 205.
Yeah.
So
I knew it was
look,
80.
Bang.
give you the point for that. So
Oh, what? Oh.
hey,
You
look,
said, mate.
84 nearest. Hey, look, it was pretty close, pretty good. Luca, you did win 7 points to 4. You do go to the top of our leaderboard for the year.
Was there
So
one
you
more
We'll have a
First.
prize. What was
Was
that?
there one more?
Look, we'll
Is
figure
that
it.
it? Or was there one more
No,
question?
that's it.
That's all our questions. Just not let it drag. But congrats, Luca. You're now first after only one game. But
Feels
yeah,
good to
I
be at
mean,
the top.
We'll have to get a
That
prize on
wraps
the
up.
line, Nate, for whoever
We
wins
do.
it. Throughout the
We
thing.
do
We'll have
need to get up a prize.
chat to Wheels, the
Look,
big boss.
It would be good. I mean, that's the bulk of our podcast today. We'll conclude. I mean, our upcoming content. We're looking at a couple more fire starters for the NAB League girls that are to be released quite soon. The boys return to action on the 22nd of May against the Eastern Rangers at Trevor Barker Oval. That game is at, I think, from memory, 2:30 p.m. So if you want to come down that Saturday afternoon, feel free to come down. Make sure to check us out on all social media where there's constant posts, constant updates of both teams, and a lot more special content coming out soon. Thank you to all three for being here tonight. Thank you for Dill for co-hosting. Thank you to boys for being the first guests. Bit of bragging rights being the first two boys on the podcast. And from me, that's all. Thank you, boys. And until then, we will catch you in the next episode.
Thanks,
Cheers,
guys.